So the purpose of source qualifier transformation is to get the data from the source, the relational or a flat file. So to get the data from a table, you have to write a select statement. If it is a flat file, you will not write a select statement. Inbuilt in the source qualifier transformation, this Informatica has written how to get the data from a flat file. But if it is a table, it will write a default select statement, or you can modify that select statement. So if you go to the source qualifier, if you double click this, these are the fields coming from that source, and these are the properties. You'll have transformation tab. You can write the description of it and the properties. Here, there are the different transformation attributes or properties. So, what is the purpose? In the user can modify, means user here is the developer, can modify the select statement, or he can write the joins between the tables if it is homogeneous, that is from the same database. Or you can modify the where clause, or you can write a where clause, you can do order by, you can do distinct. Pre and post SQL we will discuss later. Then you can, but SQL properties cannot be applied on a flat file source. So to extract the data from a relational, you will use source qualifier transformation. In that you can write the select statement, or by default it will write by itself. So this is the purpose of source qualifier transformation in Informatica. Now we have extracted the data. A program has been written to extract the data from that source using source qualifier. The next step, as per your ETL specification document, it has to calculate salary plus commission. That is, transform the data. After you extract it, you transform the data, that is salary plus commission. For that purpose, you use a different transformation. So transformation, for that we will use an expression transformation. With an expression transformation, I will explain you. The purpose of expression and transformation is to do calculations. As I said before, every transformation does specific functions. So to extract the data from a source, if it is a relational or a flat file, you use qualifier. If you want to do non-aggregate functions, simple calculations like salary plus commission, then you use a transformation called expression transformation. So for our example, we need to calculate salary plus commission, so we use expression transformation. So how to create a transformation in Informatica? Go to transformations, say create. In this you will have different transformations Informatica supports. So we need an expression transformation. So we click on expression. So EXP is the syntax for expression, and give a meaningful name, that is total salary. I'm calculating total salary, so I define this expression transformation and say create. Now these are all toggling options. So if you toggle like this, and if you want to get the navigator window back, you click on this. Then this is toggle for your output window. This will go. You click again, it will come back for a better user-friendly tool. So to minimize, you click like this. Click like this, it is called minimizing transformation. So this is your transformation. If you click like this, this is called iconic view. If you double click on this, this is called the normal view. If you double click on this, this is called the edit. So transformation has three views: normal view, iconized view, normal view, and edit view. In iconized view, it will show you the transformation in relation to a mapping. That is, if you look at it, it is showing a relation. That is, this source is linked to the source qualifier transformation. In a normal view, it will show you the data flow. These are the links. These are called the links. And if you double click on this, this is called the edit view. So you edit the transformation. So iconized, normal, and the edit. Edit view, it will show you the transformation properties and it allows for editing. Now, please observe. What we want, the employee number, employee name, salary, commission is my source. I need to calculate salary plus commission for each employee. How this works. Now from the source qualifier, you are getting employee number, you are getting the name, you are getting the sal, you are getting the commission. Let us assume this is your source qualifier. Now you need to calculate salary plus commission for each employee. How this works. Let us assume you have a pipeline. In one pipe, you are getting water. Another pipe, you are getting, let's say, you are getting chlorine. So, you want to combine these two, what we call it as water plus chlorine. Basically, you want to add water to the chlorine. So, what you are doing, you are transforming this. So, water is coming in one pipeline going out. So, this is what we call it as input to the pipe. And this is output from your pipe. Same way, data comes into a transformation into these fields or ports. Data comes in, then this is called as input port. In Informatica, fields are called ports and data going out called output port. So, in Informatica, for each row of data, like employee number, employee name, salary, data comes in and data goes out for each record. Like, let's assume 101 has come from your source. You have Vijay, salary 100, 1000 rupees, commission 10 rupees. So data comes in to this transformation row by row, single row, but all columns, data coming in, input, data going out, output. They are called, if the data comes in, input port, if the data goes out, it is called output. Same way, if water comes in, input to the pipe, chlorine comes here, input to the pipe, and you want to do water plus chlorine. So what we do? We take a tumbler. Let us assume this is your tumbler. What do? We'll pour this water. We'll pour this chlorine. Then we stir it and take it out. What are we doing? We are transforming it. A space. We need a space where to transform that water plus chlorine. In the same way, you have expression transformation. You have the employee number, key name, sal commission and you want to transform it. So before you transform, this data is coming in into this. So this is column by column of a single record will come in. So data comes in from an expression transformation perspective. Data is coming in. So this is called as input to the expression transformation input port. It's called the input port. So a single record data will come in. So here it is 101 3J. That is the data coming in. Then sal, then commission. So source qualifier will fire a select statement at runtime, extracts the data, first record comes in. If it comes in and goes out as one single record but different fields, goes into the expression transformation input. Now we want to calculate salary plus commission. For that in Informatica what we do? Like water plus chloride, an area, a space where you can calculate water plus chloride, a tumbler, a bucket. Same way in Informatica, to calculate a total plus total salary, we create a port. And in this we will write the formula, that is salary plus commission. So we will write the formula in this, and from there we will take it to the next transformation or to the target. A space to transform the data. On the same column you cannot do it. So to calculate the salary plus commission, you make it a formula. But this will become a port. What port it is called? It is called as output port only. So when the data comes in, that is called input. When the data goes out, that is called output. If the data comes in and goes out unchanged, here if you observe 101 coming in, going out unchanged. If the data comes in and goes out from each port, from that port unchanged, then that type of port is called as input-output port. This type of port where the data comes in and goes out unchanged is called as input-output port. If you want to transform the data, then you make output port only. How to make it, I'll show you in few minutes. So the concept is data comes in input, data goes out output. To transform the data, to change the data, you make it as output port only. That port, you make it output port, then you write the formula in that. If data comes in, input, data goes out is output. If it is unchanged, then the whole port is called as input-output port. So example, in this example, item description is coming in, price is coming in, quantity coming in and going out, state is coming in and going out, then it is called as input-output ports. If you want to change the data, then you make the port output port only, then you write the formula. How to do it? That's what we are going to do. So, data passes from transformation to ports, like fields. As I said, data is coming in, data is received, input, data is going out, data provided to the next transformation or to a target is called as output port. If data comes in and goes out unchanged, data passes directly to the transformation in that particular port, unchanged, then it is called input-output port. If you want to change data, then it is called output port only. So in our example, when you put the transformation in the edit mode, then you have port and properties. Ports are at the field level. If you want to write any port level handling, field level handling like salary plus commission, that is, you will do it in the port. If you want to write the whole transformation level properties, then it is called properties tab. Define the transformation level properties, which we will discuss as part of the training at the time as we discuss programs. So in the expression transformation, when you create it, let us create, what's our requirement? We need to calculate salary plus commission. So double click, ports, port level handling, properties, transformation level properties. So in the ports, to add. What is the input we need? Employee number, that is a port name or the field name. Is it a number or a string or an integer? It is an integer. And it specifies I is called the input port, O is called the output port, V is called the variable. Discuss variable port later. Then we will click on ename, add, and it is a string or varchar2. Here it is called string. Then sal decimal, or number PS is decimal, commission, and you say OK. Then you link them column to column. You link them, employee number, employee name, salary, drag and drop and connect it, commission. Periodically you save it. Even if it is invalid, it will show you invalid because there is no target. It is valid, but periodically you have to save your mappings. So data is coming in, input, data is going out. These buttons will show me that is it input or output. Whenever you create a port, by default it is enabled. If this is enabled, that is input. If it is enabled, that is output. So data is coming in and going out by default, so it will both will enable. But now I want to calculate the salary plus commission. So to calculate salary plus commission, a transformation of data is taking place. A space we need. So we'll create a port, add a column, add a port. I name this as total salary. Make it as decimal. Now how to make it as output port only? Because in output port only you can write the formula. So you click on this. Then this is output port only. Then total salary. Then this gets enabled. If it is input port, this will not get enabled. You cannot write a formula on input port. So you write a formula on the output port only. So you disable this. If you enable this, then it is input port and output port. To disable this output port, then it becomes input port only. So if you enable this, then both are enabled. So input output port. Disable this, then it is output port only. Then you write the formula. Click on this, then this will open up. This is called expression editor. In the expression editor, you will write different formulas. Get this editor in aggregator, rank, filter, update, strategy, transformations. Expression editor, you write the formula. So it will show you these are different functions which Informatica supports: character functions, conversion functions, date functions, scientific functions. So whatever which Informatica supports can be shown up here, or if you say all functions, it will show you all the functions. But these same functions are bifurcated here. These are the functions. Another tab is ports. So in that particular expression transformation, what are the ports are there? It will show up here. So what we need? Salary plus commission. So click on this salary. Then this is operator keypad plus commission. Double click. So you write the formula here. Then you validate it. When you validate it, it will check for syntax errors, not the logical errors. It will check the syntax is right or wrong. The port names are right or wrong. It will check. So validate and you say OK. So Informatica, in this, when you parse it, when you say OK, it will check for the parsing of that. Then different functions, and just scroll through this. In string, length, left, lower, left, LTrim, RTrim, substring, LPAD, RPAD, different functions which Informatica supports in the expression transformation. To date, to number, to float, date difference, last date, round, trunk, and all this stuff are used. Numerical functions, scientific functions, Informatica functions like abort. While loading the data, if there is an error, you want to abort it, you can write that logic. Decode, if you use multiple if statements, you can write decode. There is an error, the process, you can write error functions. If, here if is represented as IIF. We will discuss whenever we require that if statement is null, is date, is number, is space. So these are the different Informatica functions. Now you create the transformations. Then you need to connect to the target because you need to load the data into the target table. So go to the target, drag your target and link them. Employee number to employee number, employee name to employee name, and total salary to total salary. So we need only the employee number, employee name, and the total salary. We calculated the salary plus commission, and we connected. These are the links connected. So by seeing these arrows, I can say these are input ports. Data is coming in, input. Data is going out. You can make it out. So these are all output ports. There is no arrow here. This is called as this. By seeing that, I can say that it is output port only. So this is how you create the mapping. Now you say repository save. Please observe here. Informatica will check again, is it connected from source to target or not. It will validate any syntax errors, and if there are no errors, it will say valid. Means compilation. In your C programming, you can say compilation of your program. So in a graphical user interface, you have written this program, the extraction, transformation, and loading of data program, like your traditional programming. Here also you have extracted data, you have set salary plus commission, you have insert and commit. All these things, do it now. We will look at it in later steps, but basically we extracted from the source, calculated, and we link it to the target table. How internally works, we will discuss later. So this is your mapping which you have created and you saved it. So whenever you create a mapping and save it, it will check the connections, transformation validation. Is it mapping valid from the target? Are target connected to transformations? Tax errors? It will check it up when you do mapping validation. It will check for connections and all that stuff. So this is what is the validation of your mapping. When you create a mapping, the whole mapping. Now I'll do it once again, the complete mapping. So please observe. Mapping, create, M underscore, M is the mapping name, GX is the example, stage, EMP is the target table. It's already in use, so I put it as 1. Then I drag my source underscore EMP table. As soon as you drag your source, automatically a source qualifier transformation will come. Then transformation, create, expression, what I am doing, EXP is the naming convention, then total, salary is a meaningful name. I create it, I say done. Then I drag the fields, I create the fields here. How to create the fields that are called the ports. These are the ports. Add the employee number, different data types. It is an integer. Then name, string 50 characters. Sal is a decimal. Commission. So these these are called the fields. Data in Informatica comes as input-output ports. Data which is coming in is called the input port. Data which is going out is called the output port. Data comes in and goes out unchanged, then it's called input-output port. If you want to make any transformations, any calculation, then you have to make it as output port only. So data is coming in, employee number, I link like this, employee name, sal, summation. Then I want to calculate total salary, double click, I'll create a field called total salary, decimal. So how it is represented input, this is the port input, O is output, D is variable port, we will discuss later. Make this as output port only, you disable this input, then this is called expression editor. You can write different formulas, functions, if then else if, decodes and all that stuff. So these are the functions which Informatica supports, different functions. So what we need, a simple sal plus commission on those ports. So click on the ports, double click sal plus commission of those expression transformation. Say validate, parses it, say OK, you say OK. So this is your total salary. Then you drag your target table. Then you link the employee number, employee name, and the total salary. So this is your link. Then file, save. When you save this, Informatica will validate it. Parsing techniques and all that stuff. Just validated your mapping. Saved it. Want to make this as iconized? Arrange all iconic. So where it is stored? Under this mapping tab, it is stored. If you want to move to different mapping, you drag and drop. Close, and you can see this. You can also arrange all iconic. So this is your first example of the mapping.